gets it out, and they score right off the hop, and it's a milestone goal for the captain. Jordan Staal's 300th has Carolina off to a hot start. It's 1-0 Kane. Minute in front, shot, he scores! His second of the game. Jordan Staal's on fire. A beautiful setup out in front, and the captain can't miss. 2 for 2. 2-0 Carolina. Jarvis will receive the pass. Drop for Aho, his shot. Jarvis, he scores! He does it in overtime again! And Carolina stays unbeaten on the season. 4-3. Carolina wins it in overtime.
Well, how about that? Carolina now 5-0 on the season. Hi, everyone. It is the Canes Corner podcast. We're brought to you by the Aluminum Company of North Carolina on Hamlin Road in Durham. If it is for the exterior of your home, you can find it at the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. Well, that was a weird game, but let's start where we need to start. You know, you can't go 82-0 without first going 5-0. And that's what the Hurricanes are. 5-0 on the season. No team in the NHL is 5-0. Believe Colorado won tonight. They're 5-0-1. So you'd have that one there. That means they left the ice unhappy because they did not win that game. Hurricanes have yet to experience such a feeling. Weird game, first of all. Canes got off to the ridiculously hot start. The captain is, by the way, it's one of the great, it's almost a Shohei Ohtani game for Jordan Staal. Man, if he could have gotten a third goal, a hat trick, he did not, obviously. Scores 12 seconds in. Typical Staal line goal in that win a faceoff, get the puck deep, and lean on you. Well, they didn't even have to lean on you. William Carrier got to the puck, got it out from behind the net, got it right out in front of Jordan Staal. Easy goal. Easy. 1-0. Like you would think, man, there's going to be more of those tonight. Well, after a not so good power play, couple of shots early, nothing really good throughout. Bump up shift, Staal again, and he's out in front. Mike Riley finds him. 2-0 Carolina, less than 4 minutes into the game. You thought, well, maybe going to run away with this. They did get the next goal. It was Jesperi Kokeniemi early in the second period on a really good save by Brandon Bussey, who made his second start for the Canes tonight. But Keandre Miller makes an excellent defensive play along the wall. He gets it up to Kokeniemi, who said in the locker room afterwards that he was gassed and doesn't really remember much about it, other than he went forehand, backhand, up high over Forsberg, 3-0. Trevor Moore, Hurricanes killer, now with 6 goals in 9 career games against Carolina, scored less than a minute later to make it 3-1. Andrei Kuzmenko would make it 3-2 on a power play goal. And Carolina would squander a 5-on-3 power play opportunity. On that 5-on-3, they did get, I think they had 3 shots on net. The best one I felt was Nick Ehlers' in-tight backhand right into the glove of Forsberg. Other than that, it just seems like they're trying, I don't know, it's just not good. They're not moving themselves enough. They're not moving the puck fast enough. When the Hurricanes power play is working well, it is player movement, it is puck movement. And when it is not working well, it's what we see. 2 out of 17 on the year. It's only fixable by the players. That's it. It's about the players. And they've just got to be more determined and more ready to move. They're just not. There's some movement, but I mean, I want to see them change places. Go through the middle. Have somebody behind the net. They don't really establish the back of the net on the power play. If you think about it, look how Carolina's first 2 goals were scored. Behind the net. They both came from behind the net. Got to take that mentality to the power play. And I thought, because I want to talk about this, and I said this to Walt Ruff in the second intermission. There were two things at play on that power play. The first was, put a pin in that right there. Let's just finish kind of the recap of the game. So it's 3-2. Kevin Fiala and Adrian Kempe. Two guys are going to be in the Olympics for their respective countries. I mean, dynamite 2-on-2 play. Jesperi Kokeniemi kind of wins the draw. I mean, it's sort of to the side, but, you know, if I was judging, I would say it was a Kokeniemi face-off win. He played well tonight. We'll talk about him. But the two wingers don't crash for the puck. And I saw somebody on Twitter say Chatfield was too tentative. I don't know that you want your defenseman jumping up to try to win that puck because he's not going to get to it first. I don't think. And I'd have to look at it again, but I don't think he's going to get to it first. And you really want to be careful there because it's a one-goal game. You don't want to give up the goal. Now, I know they did anyway. But part of that, as Brandon Bussey said, was on him. He says he needs to get that. I agree. Short side goal can't happen. Now, great shot. Kevin Fiala, 30-goal scorer. So Kempe makes a really good play, getting the puck up the ice, and then I'd say it's a middle lane drive, but it wasn't the middle lane. He was coming off the right, but he drives, pushes Mike Riley back, creates the space for Kevin Fiala to shoot the puck. Now it's 3-3. We've got 9 minutes left in the third period, and at this point, the way LA had pushed back, and they really did. They were the better team the last half of the game. The way LA pushed back, you were like, well, if we could just get this to overtime, I think everybody be happy with at least a point. And I think there was some getting to overtime. And then Jordan Staal gets kicked out of the faceoff circle, the center ice faceoff circle. Keandre Miller, who did everything tonight, lost the faceoff. And LA had one possession. They reloaded, they got the puck back, and then they were offside. They lost that draw, and they never got the puck back. Lost the game. Unlike what Carolina did against Philadelphia a week ago, tonight's overtime, once they got the puck, they were about possession. Especially on the road, you are not here to entertain anybody. You want to win the game, keep the puck. Keep the puck. You're going to get scoring chances. Keep the puck. And keep this in mind. In overtime, what is a shot that you might take during regulation at 5-on-5 probably is not a good shot at 3-on-3. You want to get opportunities like Aho had the shot. Jarvis ended up, pretty sure looked like, I'm not sure it got all the way to Forsberg, Aho's shot. But Jarvis picked up the loose puck, dragged it to his forehand, and buried it and won the game. But that's because Carolina had the puck. Got to have it. And what they did against Philadelphia, they were fortunate. Remember that they had a goal wiped off in that game. Actually, second time. We had a goal wiped off tonight. But it was wiped off immediately on the ice for goaltender interference. It was the right call. Jim Hiller, Kings coach, didn't even challenge it. I know he was tempted. He might be a little gun shy when it comes to challenging calls, judging by what happened in the playoffs. Anyway, so there is like your recap. Just in case you are interested in the scoring, it went Staal from Carrier and Martinook, Staal from Riley and Chatfield, Kokeniemi from Miller. Great goal, great play by Miller. And then it was Jarvis from Aho and Miller again. All right, so let me talk about the power play and specifically to that 5-on-3. And honestly, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna complain about how it looks and all that. But I thought too many thoughts running through my head at the same time at 1:45. I thought that was big for two different reasons. Obviously, within the framework of the game, the context of the game, 3-2, LA has gotten the last two goals. You have this golden opportunity to regain at least a 2-goal lead. Late second period, early in the third. So in the context of the game, it's a big spot for the game. You feel like, man, if we take advantage of this, we cruise to a win. If we don't, Kings get all this momentum. Now you're kind of hanging on. And they've got all this adrenaline, which is kind of what happened. So big spot because Carolina didn't pull through. But also, this time of the year, with 5 games in, Nick Ehlers and Andrei Svechnikov don't have a point yet. Not a point. Ehlers was good early, not good late. Andrei was, he played. I saw the box score. In fact, I'll tell you everything what's his name? Svechnikov did. He played 11:42. It's not a lot, is it? Eric Robinson played more minutes. Jesperi Kokeniemi played more minutes. Andrei Svechnikov officially played less than every other player on the Hurricanes. So that's alarming. Ehlers will be fine. Andrei is a concern, and a growing concern, because he's not even playing with Robinson and Kokeniemi, which should simplify his game because of the way they need to play. The way Kokeniemi needs to play is the same way Robinson and Svechnikov need to play. Direct, nothing fancy, meat and potatoes, something Andrei should be good at. But we haven't had it yet. We're 5 games in. I think that TOI number is telling. It's telling to me that Rod Brind'Amour might be done with the benefit of the doubt, which I think is good. And at the same time, I do wonder if Rod is going to take a chance and say, all right, Andrei, I'm putting you back with Stankoven and Blake. I've said this before about Taylor Hall. A steady diet of Hall playing 14, 15, 16 minutes a night. Actually, that number should be higher with Blake and Stankoven. It really should be 17, 18, 19 minutes a night. Taylor Hall, you don't want him to do that a lot. He certainly has the ability to do that. But for instance, I thought he was a little off tonight. This is where you take Andrei and you go ahead, go get it. Go out and show me that you belong there. Because to be honest, the best version of Svechnikov with Stankoven and Blake is a better line than whatever you're going to get out of Taylor Hall. But Kokeniemi, by the same token, we talk about the power play and how, for a big picture, let's finish that thought first. You had the power play within the context of the game, and then the bigger picture of the power play, needing to get it going, having that opportunity and not getting it. And at the same time, not having a Ehlers goal. He had a great chance on the backhand. Forsberg makes the save. He had some other opportunities as well. Did not go. Andrei, we don't have it. And those guys are big parts of Carolina's power play. Svechnikov's on the second unit now. Ehlers is on the first unit. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw another flip. They're going to have to find a combination. By the way, I think Aho is part of this problem too on the power play. Everybody's looking to make a pass or make a perfect play. We got nobody willing to just rear back, fire the puck, and go get it. Low to high. Somebody get somebody behind the net. I'm begging. Anyway, so that's one issue. On a positive note, I thought Jesperi Kokeniemi today answered the questions that Rod Brindamore was asking. Can you play a direct way, not try to be fancy, not give the puck away, not commit a silly penalty, do the simple stuff well? And if you do the simple stuff well, all those other things that you can do will come back. And I thought Kokeniemi did that. Was he great tonight? No. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to do his job and not stray and not feel sorry for himself. And, oh, I'm only playing this, or I'm playing on a fourth line. Look, Carolina is constructed differently than every other team in the league. Carolina's fourth line plays, and it didn't play a ton tonight. The shocking thing is that for as good as Jordan Staal was, and he was the game's first star, played under 14 minutes. Didn't play a ton. So Kokeniemi, when he's in the lineup, is going to get opportunities with good players. Carolina's got too many good wingers. Too many. So that's not a fourth line. It's not a grind line. It should be a line that plays physical, that plays direct, and looks to score. They're going to get a lot of offensive zone opportunities. Heck, on the goal that tied the game, it was an offensive zone faceoff that Kokeniemi was still out on the ice for. So I thought he played well. He won 8 of his 13 faceoffs. He had a couple of shots on goal. He had 4 attempts. He had 2 hits. He had a takeaway. He had a block shot. Didn't give the puck away. That's what the head coach wants to see. You do that, you'll continue to get your opportunity. Heck, maybe they get you back in the power play. That's what they want to see out of Jesperi Kokeniemi. Good for him. My anticipation is we'll see him in the lineup in Vegas. And if he does what he did tonight, he'll play again in Colorado. He's a better player than Mark Jankowski. If Jankowski is in the lineup, that's on Kokeniemi. It's up to him. I see way too much garbage on Kane's Twitter about just get him out of here. He doesn't. He's not. Whatever. The Hurricanes, as a front office, want him to stay. He wants to stay. But he's got to do what the head coach wants him to do. If he does it, he'll play. It isn't complicated. It just isn't. It's not about anybody else but him. Another downer today. Shayne Gostisbehere goes down after about 14 or so minutes of the first period, doesn't come back. I talked to Walt Ruff about it. He goes, I went back and I cut all of his shifts for in the first period. Really couldn't tell. There wasn't an incident that he got hurt. He said he said I thought I did notice him like a little off stride in the, I think he said, second and third shifts of the period. But he goes down the tunnel, doesn't come back, lower body issue. Hopefully he's okay. The first 4 games and 1 period for Gostisbehere were awesome stuff. And without him, not only is Carolina down to 5 defensemen, but Carolina's down 2 really important players. Obviously, Jacob Slavin is the best player that they've got, certainly on the blue line, if not the entire team. And the way Gostisbehere's playing, especially on the defensive side of the puck, that's not a guy you want out of the lineup. So if he can't go on Monday, which shoulder shrug emoji, Charles Alexis Legault, who's here, he will draw in. My guess is that he'll play with Riley. Nikisha will play with Jalen Chatfield, and you'll see Miller and Walker, provided they can move after playing 27 and a half and 26 minutes, respectively. It's just absolutely amazing. By the way, Nikisha played more than 20 minutes tonight. 20-23. He had the giveaway in the third period to Trevor Moore, which nearly cost Carolina the game. But again, other than that, I think he does a lot of good things. And I love the fact that Carolina's good enough where they don't have to have him play in a top 4 role. He's not really ready for that yet, but he's going to get it against Vegas because Carolina is unfortunately locked into it. And I don't believe Rod wants Nikishin with a rookie, Legault. I think he'd rather have Nikishin play with Chatfield and Riley play with the rookie. Mike Riley, by the way, has been very good in the 3 games he's had to play for Carolina. So those are 3 issues that I wanted to get to. Let's quickly talk about the captain. Wait, what do you want to say? 14 minutes, 2 goals, 4 shots on goal, 6 attempts, 2 hits, and 2 face-off losses in the entire game. 20 of 22 at the dot. Absolutely tremendous. He is off to a very, very good start. I wonder if people have noticed a lessening of ice time for Jordan Staal. He's had 1 or 2 games where he's played more than 15 minutes. But tonight, for as good as he was, a night where you go, might as well let him play. They're awesome. He played less than 14 minutes, 13:59. Carrier, Martinook again. Not a lot of ice time for those guys. And I'm here to tell you, that's good. It's good for a lot of reasons. It's good because it means that the other guys are playing well, although I'm not entirely sure that you can make that argument for really anybody. Like the third scoring line, the Kokeniemi line played okay in the second half of the game. I don't think you could say that about the Aho line or the Stankoven line. Logan Stankoven only played 14 minutes tonight. That was a little curious to me. Basically played the same amount as Jordan Staal, but that could have also been Rod trusting the Kokeniemi line a little bit tonight. So, and who knows, maybe he's in some ways insulating Taylor Hall. Blake got a lot of extra power play time, so his numbers look normal. But Stankoven on the second unit, which frankly has been better than the first unit, Stankoven only played 14 minutes tonight. The top line's got to be better. Over the first 4 games of the season, we've seen flashes of what that line can do. And I think they've been, especially Aho's been trying too hard to get Ehlers going. But I thought in the first period they were good. And I thought early in the second period, I thought they were good. And I thought for at least the last 30 minutes, I thought they were terrible. And it's another case of the moment getting the best out of them in terms of, they can be poop for a period. And then, all right, I need you guys to do something so we can win this game. Voila. There it is. And that's where it was in overtime. Aho and Jarvis for the second time in as many overtimes combining on the goal. In the first one against Philly, it was Gostisbehere with Aho and Jarvis. And this one, no Gostisbehere. It was Miller with Aho and Jarvis. And they got the job done again. Right? But that line, and I asked Rod this before the game, do you give it more time? Certainly 5-0 allows you a little bit of extra runway. It's very possible that Ehlers, Aho, and Jarvis are not going to work as a trio. That maybe you go with Ehlers with Blake and Stankoven. Or maybe you put Blake up with Jarvis and Aho. I don't know what they're going to do. And you go Ehlers with Stankoven and Svechnikov. I don't know. We'll find out. They'll figure out a combination that works. But right now, Ehlers, Aho, and Jarvis not doing much. It certainly hasn't been consistently good. But again, at times you go, okay, that's why we want that. Well, we want to see that. So the top line's got to be better. It's at some point when everybody is playing, everybody's in a rhythm, and everybody's playing what would essentially resemble their best level of hockey. Doesn't mean you're always going to play perfectly, but everybody's in a rhythm. we're 10, 15 games into the season, and you're starting to see teams that are much more comfortable and, effective and efficient with what they do. Your big guys are going to have to start pumping in goals. And right now, Aho and Ehlers have combined for 1 through 5 games. Now, Jarvis has all of them. He's got 6. Svechnikov has 0. So if you had told me that Aho, Ehlers, and Svechnikov would combine for 1 goal the first 5 games, I would say, Carolina might be struggling a little bit. They're winning. That's good. It's good that you can win through the struggles. But at some point, those guys have to produce. We'll see what happens going forward. Let's close on Brandon Bussy's second NHL start. I thought he was really good. I thought he was way busier, obviously, in this one than he was in the one in San Jose. The level of competition here with the Kings is way bigger, way higher than it was with San Jose. He had to make some great saves in the first 2 periods against the Sharks just to keep Carolina really not in the game, but level and then ahead. But he had to make some big saves again tonight. And it's pretty remarkable what has happened here.
Now a turnover for Carolina. Bussy makes the save as he jumps in on Moore to knock that away.
Did you see him launch out with the blocker, playing even bigger than his big size as he was making that save?
Couple shots here by LA's hands. Bussy extends. Rebound still available as he denies Moore. And LaFerriere. Oh, what a goaltending display by Bussy. Kuzmenko with it. He'll pull up looking for the shot. Can't get it through. Rebound. Bussy! Oh, dear Bussy. What a save.
His best.
Oh, dear Bussy. So the first save was on Hurricanes killer Trevor Moore. Very good save. Moore, that was a great look. I believe that was coming in off the right. The save on LaFerriere and Moore was actually not. They were both on Philip Deneau. And that was Deneau coming out from the, if you're looking at the goal, the left side coming out in front, and Bussy getting the pad across, stopping Deneau twice. And the third one was on LaFerriere, who had an unbelievable opportunity, I believe, from the slot. And it was a great save. Dynamite save. By the way, the Moore save was more of a pass to him from sort of behind the net, and it was just a really good attacking save by Bussy. So this guy, who was theoretically heading back to the minor leagues, to Charlotte, by the way, in the Florida system, they had signed him away from the Bruins AHL team in Providence. Ends up getting claimed by Carolina because they think they're going to lose Caden Primo, which happened. And before they even thought about sending him to the minor leagues, now he probably was not going to clear waivers. He was really just claimed as an insurance policy. Kochetkov goes on the injured list. Bussy's got to start, got to play. He's now 2-0. And he's played 2 really good games. So, Canes are fortunate. They're fortunate to be 5-0 because they haven't played a great game yet. Not a 60-minute game. Best game I think they played all year so far is against the Devils, which is nothing to be ashamed of. Devils are excellent. Devils won again today, and they have not lost since Carolina beat them on opening night. But that's the last time we saw Carolina play anything resembling an A game. I mean, today was the first half of it looked A, second half didn't. So it's mostly been B to B- efforts. Getting away with it now. I don't think you get away with that in Vegas. I don't think you get away with that in Colorado or Dallas. So second half of this road trip will be very midtermy for Carolina. This will determine half your grade, so to speak, for the first part of the season. So it should be fun, and maybe a little bit of nerve wracking. But I am sure about this. We will see Anderson for certain in Vegas, and then as long as he's healthy, in Colorado. 2 days off between Vegas and Colorado. Monday and Thursday. Then Saturday in Dallas, we'll see what happens. Or my guess is that's when we'll see Brandon Bussey again. And then Carolina comes home 2 days off before it's Anderson again. Anyway, that'll do it for us. We're brought to you by the Aluminum Company of North Carolina. If it is for the exterior of your home, you can find it at the Aluminum Company of North Carolina on Hamlin Road in Durham. No place like it. Sammy Hender's crew do a great job. You should subscribe to this Canes Corner podcast on YouTube. Let's drive the numbers way up. Subscribe to it. I don't know what you do. Do you like it? Do you share it with friends? Tell your friends. If you have Caniac friends, tell them all about it. And if you just want to listen to it in podcast form, you don't want to see me do this, which is fair. Wherever you get your podcast, subscribe to it, rate it, review it. Let us know what you think. So thank you very much for your time. Hurricanes, I believe.
And Jarvis will receive the pass. Drop for Aho. His shot. Jarvis, he scores! He does it in overtime again! And Carolina stays unbeaten on the season. 4-3. Carolina wins it in overtime.
The new Natchez, right? We'll see everybody after the Canes and the Golden Knights very, very early Tuesday morning. Good night.